Hey, welcome Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising. This reading is for Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and it is what I call a personal growth reading. We'll take a look at blocks, obstacles, fears, strengths, etc. And this could be about a particular situation, or it could be about just just a general, in general. So we're going to pull two cards for blocks. You'll see. Anyway, this is a collective reading. It may or may not resonate. Keep in mind you can always check out your other placements because these readings do have a lot of information. And it is for the time frame of beginning August to beginning of September. However, these are timeless. You'll come across them when you need to. And I'm using Runic Tarot. Two cards for blocks, please. Two of Cups, King of Pentacles, fears or obstacles. Knight of Swords, Queen of Pentacles. Okay, strengths, Five of Pentacles, Seven of Pentacles, lots of pentacles. What you don't see, Three of Cups, and the Chariot. And unexpected energy is Ace of Swords, challenge is Six of Pentacles. Where does this lead? I didn't need to pull a challenge. Ace of Wands, and advice, please. The bottom of the deck is the Four of Pentacles. So this could be about some kind of situation that you've been holding on to for quite a while. And I feel like it's almost a what to do next. I got this. I'm not going to let it go. But kind of like there's this feeling of it not moving forward. And I feel like that's what the blocks are. There's the Two of Cups with the King of Pentacles. There's two things here. Two things. It could be two different life areas. So it could be literally about a relationship. And the block is moving to the next level in the relationship. And it's not that it's not happening. It's more you're being blocked to do so. Do I want to take this to the next level? And it's almost like you can't see it and you can't fathom it. And is that really true, or are you making that up? So just keep those things in mind. And the King of Pentacles is about stability. And I feel like there could be someone, I feel like this could be a physical block, like not necessarily in your head, where there's someone, and although it's physical, it doesn't mean you can't overcome it. But there could be someone in your life that's kind of dictating to some degree of what you should do or how you should move forward. Then this could be work, it could be love, it could be a relationship at work that's important for you to move forward. There is a feeling here of moving forward with that Knight of Swords in your obstacles, fears area. But I feel like this king is part of the issue here. They're either saying something or feeding you information or having expectations, like I said, like kind of dictating what to do. And I feel like it's going against what you really want to do. Now, it doesn't mean you don't listen and try to put the pieces together, but this could be something to look at as far as getting rid of the anxiousness about it, or the unsettled feeling, or the almost lack of control. Because the obstacles, you have the Queen of Pentacles also, and I feel like this is the same energy as the King of Pentacles, only it's in the obstacles. So it's the same thing. This is a person that's just kind of in your way, and you have to navigate that and figure that out. We'll get to other things in the deck. The other thing, and I think this is like an obstacle, I don't know, fear too, like where there's this energy of really feeling like the need to like just go, like do this. I want this and I'm going to go after it with everything I have. The sword has their sights, and the sword's court cards are have a vision, and this is where they want to go. And the knight is a less mature version, so they're like, and it's a knight, and it's moving. I got to go do. I got to get this. Now, is this a bad thing? Not necessarily, but there is a fear. I feel like the fear comes from that pentacle person in your life or in your surroundings, and the you're afraid to almost buck the system or go against what's being said here. It's a true fear. Like you feel like if you that could lead to other consequences if you move forward with what you really really want. So there's something here about that as well. However, the strength is the 5 of Pentacles and the 7 of Pentacles. First off, the strength is you've got a good plan, and it's telling you that the strength of you keeping this in the forefront of your mind, which is the 4 of Pentacles as well, is that you're working through it. 7 of Pentacles is about basically, to me, the 7 of Pentacles I look at as a crop or or garden, however you want to view it, and you have to take care of that on a daily basis. However, you don't necessarily give 100% to a garden. You have to water it every day, or you fertilize it, or whatever it takes to keep it going, to keep it alive, to keep it so that you get a crop from it. The 5 of Pentacles reminds me that you are going to do this in the non-standard way, because this, to me, and this is just an intuition feeling, that this pentacle person over here, King, Queen, is expecting you to do something in a way they expect you to do it. However, you have to look at it differently, because the 5 of Pentacles, when you think about the picture, they got people walking by the church. Are they walking because they don't see it, or are they saying, no, we've gone to the church before and it didn't help us. We need to keep going. We need to get to where we can really get help. And this is the recognition that maybe the standard way is not the way to go here. And I feel like that's what the 7 of Pentacles too, because you've been working through that anyway. You know, you've been doing the work to get there. And those are both in your strength, so it's really good energy. What you don't see is the 3 of Cups and the Chariot. I feel like there's a little bit of a caution here with the Chariot, is don't let yourself get off the rails, so to speak, like go off the rails. The Chariot, they don't have hold of the reins. Now, however, if you have the right sight and you use the Chariot in the way as allowing yourself to go in a direction without necessarily holding on too tightly, then maybe you're headed in the right direction. The 3 of Cups also reminds me too that something that you don't recognize you may understand this, but you might not be recognizing that you have people that want to see you succeed and want to celebrate your, however, succeed in this situation, whatever the situation is to you. And I feel like that's an important thing to recognize. The unexpected thing that comes in is the Ace of Swords. And I like this because it sets the tone of, something coming in that's really going to shine the light or make you understand what's happening here. And I think it's really important to recognize this when it comes in. It will be like an aha moment. It could be a message, usually verbal, like someone telling you something that makes you just kind of go, oh, that's where to go. And the Ace of Swords also can feel victorious, because it gives us that spark or that idea, or that, where you're going, yeah, this is exactly what I need to do. It's that kind of aha moment. And the Ace is also a beginning, so we have to look at it like that too, that this could strike a new beginning for you. The challenge is the 6 of Pentacles, and I'm going right back there to the King and Queen. There's something here that you feel like if you move forward here, that you're not giving back to this, whatever's blocking you. So remember that, yes, it's important to do give and takes, right? It's got to be equal, but at the same time, you still do need to get yourself to a place where you feel like you have the ability to share. Because if we're not in a good place, then we can't share as well or give back as well. And so the challenge is getting there where you're feeling confident enough to go, this is what I got to give. And this is what I'm going to give. And that's the challenge. So, excuse me, where does this lead? It leads to the Ace of Wands. Putting all of this into play and working through these blocks and working through and understanding your strengths will lead to a new opportunity that will feel really good. Excuse me. Sorry about that. will feel really good as far as like it's going to be very energetic, right? The Ace of Wands is all about a very high energy new beginning where your passions are struck, you're more motivated. And I do feel like this leads to a new way of thinking too. Even though this is the Ace of Wands, the Ace of Swords is still here. And this is the idea. This is the spark that conjures up this ace. And if you put those two together and you're thinking and using your passion, then you know what I mean? You're not just going half cocked with your passion, but you're using your mind as well, which you all are air signs, so you're going to. And then this will lead to something that really feels good as far as makes you really excited. Gives a lot of passion into your life also that you will feel motivated about as well. And I'm not going to read past that because I think this spark is what can lead you into getting exactly what you want. The King of Cups is in our in the advice. There is a piece of advice here to go with the flow. I feel like there's a part of this situation where you don't want to buck the system too much. It's not saying that you can't stand up for yourself. I'm not saying that. But sometimes we need the tide to take us where it needs to take us. And not that we don't need to understand these blocks and straight obstacles and fears and all of those things, but it's more importantly that sometimes when we allow ourselves to be a little bit going with the flow and not being so headstrong on a certain area, that we can learn more. Because the tide's going to take us to new information. If we allow that to kind of happen, then we can learn more about what we need to do for the next step. And I feel like this could be very important. And this is important in a lot of situations where we just sometimes need to step back, let the tide kind of guide us. And that way you can get a very good picture of what's happening on around you. When we get stuck and we say, no, I've got one thing in mind and this is where I want to be, we may not be looking at all of the areas. So, and also even when we want a certain thing and that's what we're going to get no matter what, sometimes taking that step back, allowing yourself to go with the flow a little bit, gives you more information on how to get to your goal. It's not asking you to give in. It's asking you to handle it maybe differently than you might if you don't allow yourself to learn all of the information and kind of just go with it for a bit and go, this is what I need to do, because you've learned more and you've allowed yourself to learn more instead of being more headstrong and say, no, this is what I want, period. No ifs, ands, or buts. Think about it. Allow yourself, because then you can play the system, so to speak. And I'm not saying play other people or being dishonest, but allow yourself to learn as much as you can. And by doing that, by being more flexible, allows yourself to bring in more information, not only about yourself, but about the people around you, about the situation around you. And sometimes it just leads you to that Ace of Swords aha moment that says, now I know exactly what I need to do. So be patient with yourself. Allow yourself to go with the flow a little bit here. The cards are also kind of asking not to put like everything into this, because it may need to be handled differently than you may be anticipating right now. So there you have it, Aquarius. I hope you liked it. Let me know what you think. Give me a comment, hit the thumbs up button. Appreciate it. Take care. Have a beautiful day.